And I think, Rupert Lowe, you have the first question, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Morning, James, again.
Morning.
Yes, I'd like to start by just asking you a question. I mean, do you subscribe to the view that actually the state should be as accountable to the taxpayer as the taxpayer is to the state? I mean, do you start from that premise?
Yes, and I think the state is pretty transparent in what it shows it's doing, more so in some areas than even the private sector. And
Good. So when we look at Figure 1 and we see, it's varied. Pre-COVID, we were looking at 76% of public accounts meeting the deadline of the summer. It dropped to 42%, and currently it's sitting at 64%. I mean, do you think that's acceptable?
So we as government must and plan to do better. Happy to go into the issues around all of those things.
So I mean, my question is, and I think we've been over this before in a previous meeting, is in the private sector there are quite severe penalties if you don't file your accounts within a statutory time period. And I think we've identified that actually that isn't the case with government departments and government accounts. If they miss timescales, yes, they may get a bit of criticism, but in the end, you don't suffer the same statutory penalties that you do in the private sector, such as being, in the end, banned from being a director. HMRC leans heavily on you and starts assessing you for taxes they think you owe. That doesn't, I think, happen in the state sector, as we've identified. So there is a schism between the private sector and the public sector in terms of penalties for not basically adhering to a statutory timetable. So why is that not the case with the state?
So I hear what you say, and we've discussed this before.
Wouldn't that be the same?
So, as I said, they're legislatively required to lay their accounts by the 31st of January, not legislatively by summer. But they are encouraged to do it before summer. Everyone is meeting the legislative standard, apart from this College of Policing side of things. But to your point, and you can consider whether you feel this is. I mean, I think it's very serious if your accounts are late or indeed qualified or indeed deemed to be thing. You are signing them. I sign the Treasury's accounts personally a number of times. I am personally responsible to Parliament, this committee, other committees.
How many public sector employees have been fired for failure?
For failure to do late accounts.
Failure to deliver accounts.
Quite a number of permanent secretaries have moved in recent.
They might have moved.
Recent things. I don't know whether you'd link it entirely to lateness of accounts. Probably not. But I don't think there's a total lack of accountability in the system. But I take your point, and I wouldn't be able to list numbers of people who've been fired absolutely because of accounting issues. But I'm trying to reassure you that there isn't just a free lunch here and it doesn't matter. It really is very material, firstly, whether you get your accounts done before the summer, and that is a huge element. You have to get your accounts ready and then have them audited. And secondly, that you have a clean set of accounts. That is not that's not a low priority for myself or fellow permanent secretaries, and I would go back to the fact that if you're taking the statutory point, people are delivering to the statutory requirements.
Thank you.